We left St. Martin because hurricane season is drawing nearer, make a couple pit stops along the way, and discover the dangers of sailing.
Because there's nobody to save you. If you make a mistake, you're probably gonna die.
And like always, please subscribe to help grow our YouTube channel.
We're in St. Kitts. We're next to the biggest cruise ship known to man. Is that true? Confirmed. We are going to hike today with our friends on a volcano.
Mount Liamuiga is a stratovolcano standing at 3,792 feet, making it the highest point on St. Kitts and Nevis. The British originally named it Mount Misery, but it was later changed to Mount Liamuiga, which means fertile land in the Kalinago language.
Where are we going?
Up.
This is Bill and Michelle, some of our favorite people to buddy boat with.
This ain't so bad.
You wouldn't guess it because he's probably in way better shape than we are, but Bill is 70 years old. And one of our favorite things about buddy boating is that despite differences in things like age or background or whether or not you have kids, we all seem to form a quick bond through the shared experience of living on our boats and all of the challenges and joy and beauty that go along with it.
Can't rain down out here in the forest. They only had a word for it.
The upper slopes of Mount Liamuiga are covered with dense tropical rainforest, which means there's high rainfall, high temperatures, and high biodiversity.
It reminds me of Avatar.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah.
No, this is a phenomenal rainforest.
Yeah.
Yep.
True.
I think we're lost. Look at the trail.
Turns out we were lost, and we learned why most people go up the volcano with a guide. The closer you get to the rim, the harder it is to see the trail. Luckily, when we did unknowingly go off the trail, we ran into a small group with a guide who pointed out where we went wrong.
It's so pleasant right now. What are 3 things you hear?
I hear the rain hitting the leaves. I hear the leaves rustling in the wind, and then I hear birds and the occasional monkey.
What's the monkey sound like?
It's like...
You're gonna have to remember the name of this mountain whenever you get done with it.
Yeah, true. We all made it.
Where are... Hello, hello.
And now we get our snack reward.
Yeah.
A stale Nutri-Grain bar. Yeah. Yeah, I heard there was a McDonald's up here.
They must have moved it. It's down there.
It's over there.
Yep. Not yet. We haven't got there yet.
It was on the other entrance.
So we're at 2,850 feet of elevation.
That's cool. There's a lake in there, Bill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Oh, that is neat.
The peak is topped by a 1 kilometer wide summit crater, which contained a shallow crater lake until 1959. As of 2006, the crater lake had reformed.
I really need a weed whacker. Make this view a little more spectacular. Yeah.
The actual last verified eruption from Mount Liamuiga was over 1,800 years ago. And what goes up must come down. Overall, the whole hike took us about 6 hours, and we got back to the car right as the sun was starting to set.
Welcome to the home of the Kalinago, the nature island, the place that Christopher Columbus and other settlers couldn't colonize. Stay with us as we check out one of the oldest forts in the Caribbean, pick up crew, and make a split-second decision on whether or not to outrun Hurricane Beryl. I'm such a shitbag. Carol's been driving all day. We've done 39 miles. We got 3 miles to go. And I've just been picking, and she cooked. And I've just been like, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Now she's getting soaked.
Okay, we pulled up to the bay. It's still raining. And this guy's name is Elvis, and he's gonna help us anchor.
So out here in Dominica, when you pull into the anchorage, there's this guy that works for himself, but he'll guide you to a buoy, a mooring buoy, and these mooring buoys go for like 12 bucks a night. However, we're like, well, we're just gonna anchor, but I was like, hey man, I'll throw you 20 bucks to show us where to anchor, and then if you take our trash. So that's like a 2-for-1 deal, and he's definitely happy to do it. Elvis showed us where to anchor. Simo jumped in to make sure we were set and saw this sea snake, and this is something we've never seen before. I suppose that's why they call it Nature Island.
And now we're gonna go hike around Fort Shirley. I'm usually a slow dinghy driver, I would say.
Oh, you prefer slow?
Well, I guess that's not true. If I'm by myself, I like ripping on plane, but I don't know why.
Well, what's going on with our fuel situation?
Oh, we're not like super full, so we're being conservative, but we're just going across to Satchel Park and hopefully we can make it back. I feel confident Elvis would come save us though.
Oh, that's the point.
He's always nearby, no matter where you are.
Yeah, we went to like 3 places yesterday and Elvis was at all 3 of them, and then one this morning at customs. I'm like, what are you doing here? I didn't really recognize him at first, but Elvis is daggone everywhere.
Maybe he thought that when we said, will you throw away our trash, he thought we said, will you follow us around and be our bodyguard?
Hiking up to Fort Shirley, we knew nothing about it. However, we later learned it was built by the British in the 1770s, and in 1802, the slaves revolted against the British Empire, and instead of the British punishing them, they were granted full freedom, which later led to abolishing slavery. Finally, starting in the 1980s, a restoration project began. A lot of little stormtroopers running around here, and one commandante, and a bunch of little stormtroopers living in amongst the buildings. So we're gonna go pretend to be all of them. Come on, nurse. And if I see tobacco of any kind, we can pass revoked extra duty.
They telling us they had mattresses like this.
This got rat shit all over it. I just touched it.
I saw that.
Come on, command. Evens, fire.
Oh no, your leg's falling off. Let me mend it.
Where are we?
The commandant's quarters, aka my crib. Well, as I like to tell my soldiers, anything can be a stripper pole if you try hard enough.
He needs his mate to come clean up the place a little bit.
See the inscription? Well, what they would do is they would load in the cannon juice down there, ammo, and the ball, right? Yeah. And then they'd stuff it in there and then blast away at the enemies.
And this is a wall. They were blasting cannons right into that tree. Anybody know what 49-4-23 is? Let us know. We're talking cannons and introducing William Johnson.
Wow, Bill. The one and only.
Will just arrived in Dominica, and as soon as he landed, I got an update on my phone. A hurricane was developing in the Atlantic, and we didn't know it at the time, but it was going to be a Category 4 heading straight for Grenada. Every single model on the internet looked different, so we decided to play it safe and start heading south to a place where hurricanes typically don't go. This is an account of Will's very first time on a sailboat. We're sailing to Martinique from Dominica. We're averaging about 15 miles per hour of wind. Will's first sail.
So on these knots. Feels good. Yeah, I feel like a natural.
Up Will right here in Dominica, and then We went to Martinique and we said, you know what? There's a hurricane coming. Let's get a boogie on. What are we doing?
Oh man. Well, we kidnapped Wild Bill and we're taking him to Grenada. So we've been going back and forth about what to do about this impending storm. And at first we thought it was going to Grenada, so we turned to go north back to Guadeloupe. And then we heard it was actually going more north, so we decided to turn around and go to Martinique. And we got to Martinique and we found out that it will actually be like 50-mile-per-hour winds predicted here, and it would be better if we went to Grenada.
Will did not want to sail 270 miles, and he definitely didn't want to go into the eye of a hurricane. So it took some convincing. I told him. We're like, well, if he flies out of Martinique, he's going to be in the airport for like 48 hours. He could also take a ferry to Dominica, but that doesn't look so good either. So I was like, hey dude, can you please come with us? And he said yes. So we're gonna kidnap him for the next 40 hours. And it's his first time sailing. Well, today was, and now he's doing a night shift because sailing at night sucks. We got 2 lines out, we're going mahi, catching speed 6. Alright, Will's sleeping. We're gonna smear off ice him with the fishing rod. Ouch. Oh, that's locked in. Sorry, Will. Oh shit, fish up!
That's another mahi.
Look, let me grab the gap.
Oh yeah.
Look, reel that bitch in off!
Can you hear this?
Oh my God.
The silence.
Got my big one.
Yeah.
I feel so bad, he was snoozing. You didn't get up right away though.
Yeah. I don't know why the silence when you were stalling was so funny.
I'm like, man.
I was thinking that, I'm like, what if he goes overboard for this smeared off ice?
I'm like, I'm gonna really do this. They need me, like the boat's depending on me. You know I can't judge.
We're gonna have to do this fast forward.
It's still
I
cold,
was
yeah?
reeling that fucking thing in, man.
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna be able to go off point. You're like, oh god damn!
Hey, Bruce, it's pulling, man. It's pulling. Bruce, it's pulling. It's pulling, Bruce. I can't quit on the team.
No. We almost lost Will overboard, and he almost took the engine with him, and we almost lost the rod.
When I first came over in this area,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm gonna go overboard.
Dude, you had too much steam coming in. I was like, oh shit, that little lifeline right there.
Dude,
Held
I
you by
was
the
like,
ankle.
Fuck, I would go over for this team though.
Yeah.
I would do anything for y'all.
They'll
and
get
then
me.
This is what I get.
Yeah, and you're still nursing it. Down the hatch. At least he gets a cold one. Cold drinks are a luxury, and Will gets the freshest one. Well, third freshest.
Your boy almost went over, man.
We couldn't let Will go hungry. We did catch a mahi. Will chopped it up, and we all got one spoonful of meat. We're talking about Will,
America's deadliest catch.
You on shift?
Yeah, I'm on shift right now, doing my part. Just holding it down for the whole team.
How was your first night shift?
Pretty good. We're going about, was it 1 knot per hour? Yeah. Being the captain, there's a lot of stress, high expectations, but I proved that I could do it.
What's your favorite thing about sailing?
Oh, my favorite thing about sailing. Maybe that feeling you get when the sails like power up. You get the wind hits just right and you just feel the boat like power up, and then you look at the screen to see how many knots it's going and it's showing what you know was true. Yeah, that's a good feeling.
My favorite thing's the danger.
What you mean danger?
The isolation. Because there's nobody to save you. If you make a mistake, you're probably gonna die. And then my least favorite thing is, I think I said there's not enough room to like really run around, you know?
Will wants to be on a 300-meter yacht throwing a football and catching it off the deck into the ocean.
That's what I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play like basketball, you know? And then like dunk it on the front of the fucking boat. That's so good.
And if you enjoyed this video, you have to check out what a day in the life looks like in St. Martin. Thanks for watching.